Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy lunch. All of that. So, I wanted to get on here again today, and I will come to you as often as I can. And there's no telling what I may look like or be like. So, don't get it stuck in your head that, oh, it's going to look like this. Oh, she's going to talk about this. Because guess what? It may not be so. And guess what? That's what I'm going to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is whatever you think things should look like, whatever you think that other people think it's supposed to look like, so not so. I want you to get it in your head that no one else gets to decide what your change look like, what your life look like, how you get to your destiny, the method that you use to get to your destiny. No one gets to decide that for you. But you have to make a decision that it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. I'm getting ready to tell you your destiny, getting there, the change, everything about it. It could go smooth or it could go bumpy. And in the bumpy parts, it can look all kinds of crazy, messed up type of messed up. Yes, it can. People will look at that and say, oh, they ain't got it together. Oh, something's so not right with them. But guess what? They don't know what's going on inside of here that our Papa is dealing with you about, or even getting you ready to take on a massive project. Yes, I mean massive. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm here in my office in Addison, Texas, and I call this, it is my office, my business office, but I call it my war room. I call it my prayer room. I call it many things when I need it to be many things. And many of you get prayed for right here in this room, right here on that floor when I'm on my face, sometimes screaming out, sometimes crying for you. But the point I'm trying to make is if you was to see behind the scenes when I'm here praying for your businesses, praying for your children's, praying for you, and also myself, it wouldn't even look pretty. Sometimes it just doesn't look pretty. But it doesn't matter that it doesn't look pretty. What matters is, am I hitting the target? Is it getting accomplished? Is things changing in your life? That's what I want to know. I want to know, do you feel the strength and the prayers and the added value that people bring to your life? Do you understand that when you look at someone, there's more behind the scenes than you actually know? More behind the scene. I was seeking Yahweh, and you guys know who Yahweh is. That's who most call God, but his name is Yahweh. And his son is named Yeshua. So you'll hear me say that, but you'll also hear me call him Papa, because he is my Papa. That's a whole other issue, how he and our relationship came about. And we'll talk about that another time, but you'll hear me call him Papa. And so I'm going to do that. And for you guys that are just joining in for the first time and you don't know that I call him Papa, you can message me and ask me, who is this Papa? You can. I'm really cool. So when I was seeking Papa and I was asking him, okay, what is my word for the year? And da 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 da, that's the worldly terms of things we get into asking ourselves that. And really, it's just another day. It really is. And I was like, what is my word for the year? And he was like, no, what is your word for this next season? I just came out of a season being a Hannah. It felt like a Job, but being Hannah, because my baby was barren, it was like everything stopped. Everything was stagnant. I was still getting visions and dreams and I was creating, but it was like, oh, I just can't. It just ain't happening. And so I just came out a season of that, and I've given birth to this beautiful baby. Twins, let's say twins. I've given birth to these beautiful twins. And it is so amazing. So in seeking him and asking him, okay, well, what's next? Because I'm always excited about what's next. Now, granted, I don't always want the process. None of us don't always want the process. Sometimes, like I said, the process can be smooth, and sometimes it feels like you're beating your head against the wall and you're like, You bought me out here to die, y'all. You bought me out here to die. Now, why would you do that to me? To me, your baby girl, why would you do that to me? I thought you loved me. Okay, I'll get real with you up in here. So if you're on this page and you listen to this video, know that I'm real. I'm really real. And sometimes I could be raw real. And I try to hold back because I don't want to scare y'all to the point where you don't get the message, but that's not the season I'm in anymore. I'm in a season of just being me, of just letting it out there. The season before, there was groups of people that needed to hear that message. But the people that are over here in this season, we got to be elevated. And so the word that he gave me was flow up, the flow up. Not the blow up, not the come up, not the come back. And that may be someone else's word, but I'm talking about me, my personal word for this next season. And he says the flow up. And I got that. Can't share all that with you. But remember, my word is the flow up. And for many of you, could be your word, but the flow up. So in saying all of that, I had to go through some very painful processes. Some of them I caused on my own. Yes, we do that. And we call it God or the devil. But no, it's just us making wrong decisions. But a lot of that is really simply just a process that I have to go through to get to the point where I can sit right in front of you and be able to give you what's real. See, when you haven't went through some things and you don't understand everybody else's mandate, you really have no right to speak on it. And you really have no right to teach on it. But when you've been through some things, and when you yourself know your mandate, you're able to get on here and say it because you know it's truth and you know that it's real and you know that it's going to help somebody go through their next season, because somebody is always a couple of seasons behind you, right? And everything that you learned in those seasons that they're at, you can now turn back and say, hey, da 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 da, and you'll know what to say. Oh, you'll know what to say, how to say it, when to say it, even if to say it. Some people may need a hug. Some people may need a finger in their face. It just all depends on what your gifts are used for and how they receive things, and their ability to receive correction or their ability to receive love and strength and honor from you. So don't get caught up in thinking that it looks one way. It looks one way because it doesn't. And it may not even look like the way you wanted it to look like. So don't get caught up in that. And people don't look like what you think they're going to look like. I'm going to tell you a story. Remember, some of you will know this, some of you don't. And if you don't, it's okay. It's okay. You're learning it now. So the apostles, when Jesus told the apostles to go get John the Baptist, who got his head cut off for believing the gospel of Yeshua, they went and looked and they was like, no, we didn't see nobody. And I'm paraphrasing. We didn't see anybody. We really just didn't see anybody. He was like, you didn't? No, they seen somebody, but the person they seen looked crazy, out of their mind, looked a mess, looked like he didn't know nothing, looked like he wouldn't even be a part of the kingdom. But yet he was the one. Jesus, who we know as Yeshua, when he came to this earth, he came. He's a king, y'all. But did he look like a king when he was on that cross, being bloody, beaten, torn, like he had no power? Did he look like a king? Absolutely not. But he is. So when people come in and out of your life, be mindful to pay attention of the spirit behind it and not what it looks like in the natural. I want you to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are bold and unique. Rip off every label placed on you by others, especially the ones that you placed on yourself. Change your mindset. Go out and have a bold and unique day.